Remember to be good to mommy and daddy, or whoever is with you at home, brothers and sisters. Do well in school. School is so important. Reading, writing, math, art, all those things for yourself, for your family, for your friends. And if everyone does that, exponentially that helps the whole world. And that's what we want. And we want it to last. Yes? Yes. Merry Christmas.
So we started out, our first 2 bottles were called Jingle and Joy. We did that several years ago and basically started with those 2, and it was a phenomenon. Like all of a sudden, everybody was very interested in the wines, and so that's really why we've kind of continued to grow the line. And it's been a great program. We've got a Cabernet Sauvignon, and we also have a Sauvignon Blanc. And as we've expanded the line, we've really tried to do different styles of wines. Our winemaker is Andrew Nelson. He just won 40 Under 40 Tastemaker from Wine Enthusiast. So we have an award-winning winemaker making all the wines. And we've just had a lot of fun with it. I mean, we've gone to a sparkling and a rosé seltzer. We actually did this one as a collaboration with Hallmark. They were making a movie called The Perfect Pairing. And we actually said, oh, why don't you let us design the label for the movie? And we did. So this is the bottle that you would see in the movie.
So this is our first time, and what brought us today is the fact that Hallmark really makes us bring compassion and love and peace to the world. We, especially after COVID, we have gone through so much. There is so much that our country and our communities have gone through, and we are here because we want to make sure that we bring the love and the peace that we need at these times.
We're excited to see most of them, but of course, you know, Tyler Hynes and Andrew Walker and Lacey Chabert, you know, all the usual ones, but we also love to see Wes Brown and, you know, the Good Witch, you know, we love them. So it's just, they've gotten us through some times in our life where you just need some to feel good.
This was my first year doing the gingerbread houses. I try to do something different all the time. I don't try to do the same thing, but I'm kind of the crafter where you say, can you create this? And this is what I want it to look like. So you come to me, I look at it, I pick it apart, I figure out how to put it together, and there we go.
So you're the queen of deconstruction and reconstruction.
If you want, hey, I like that. I like that, yes. So, I mean, it's not just, this is not limited to this. I make baby books, I make wedding albums. Sometimes I decorate for weddings, birthdays, that type of thing. So I like the challenge of seeing what that new thing is or what that next big project is. And you come to me and you ask me what that is, and I will sit there, figure it out, and make it happen for you. I'm a dream maker.
This year is a completely different experience. I am selling a lot of work. I'm doing pet portraits, and people are in love with them.
So this is my first time at Christmas Con, and it has been absolutely amazing. I'm here with all of my books, but I really like just peeking at all the celebrities that are here as well. Lacey Chabert, Mario Lopez, Melissa Joan Hart, those are some of my absolute favorites. So it's really great, and I feel extra warm and fuzzy and in the Christmas spirit.
The most unusual commission. Well, one time somebody asked me to draw a pet commission of a T-Rex with their dog's head on it.
But who would you like to cover in terms of the Hallmark universe?
Oh boy, you know, Christmas-wise, I think you have to do a book on Lacey Chabert. I mean, she is the queen of Christmas. I don't want Mariah to get mad at me, but she is. And I think that's definitely what you have to do. She has so many movies in the Hallmark catalog, and also a little Christmas in Mean Girls as well. So, you know, you have to pay your props.
Besides Die Hard, because that's controversial, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
You took my favorite Christmas movie already. She can't do that. You can't. Why'd you cut that out so fast? I mean, Home Alone's still really fun. I love watching that with my kids. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? That was Thanksgiving, was it? Okay, my bad. I think Elf is always still. I just love the energy in Elf. Like, you can't. I mean, you got Ace Ventura energy, and then you have Elf energy, and it's like, we need another movie like that.
Hopefully they'll do a remake.
I'm in.
It's overwhelmingly positive. The energy coming off the crowd and the people is really what fuels us. You know, people come over at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're like, you must be so tired. And honestly, the people that come to see us and watch these movies, and just come and like profess their like the things that they've gone through and the times that these movies have brought them through. That's what keeps us going, you know. And it's a special thing. This is like such a I feel so privileged that I get to be part of this, you know, and part of this community, and these conventions have really allowed us to have that one-on-one time with people, and I really never knew what these movies did for people until I actually had these one-on-one conversations with people at these conventions. So it's really special. It's a special time, and yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to be here.
So Three Wise Men. So what was the experience like working with someone you're not supposed to work with, which is children and animals? How did that go?
Yes, you do hear this reputation, right? It was absolutely lovely. The young ladies who were playing the little boy, they were 2 twin girls, and they were incredible. One of them was the crier, one of them was the smiler, and so we got the best of both worlds. That's right, we switched them out when we needed it, but they were very good sports, and obviously very cute, beautiful babies, and their mother was a real splendid human being to be able to be so generous with the children. We try to be very, very cognizant of that and take care of them.
The Hallmark Channel said, hey, we have an idea. We think we'd like to do something fun with me and Tyler and Andrew along the lines of 3 Men and a Baby. Do you have any ideas? And my co-writer, Kimberly, and I thought about it, and we were like, yeah, we have an idea. What an opportunity to tell a story about 3 brothers falling in love and rediscovering their sense of family and, you know, finding themselves with a baby at the center of it all. The original concept was extraordinary, and we took it and just made it our own.
What drew you to the script? Because it's a little bit different than the traditional Hallmark.
It's something I've never done before, and I love what Hallmark's doing by kind of diversifying their content. You know, obviously, all of us, if you haven't gone through it now, will go through grief in your life. And I've experienced that personally with my wife's illness, and it was something that I had her read. And I said, look, I'm scared to do this. This is a little bit, you know, and she read it and she said, you know what, people need they need to hear this kind of stuff, that there is hope, that you can go through something, and how do you get through it? You know, from the love of strangers and family and opening your heart and being vulnerable and going through those tough times. And there's always a happy ending at the end if you really allow yourself. And I thought, okay. And look, it was an experience that I'll cherish the rest of my life, because it was a beautiful story. Working with this woman I cherish, and the cast and crew and all the execs at Network it's a really beautiful story that I couldn't pass up.
You know, they've done movies that have faith in them, but this is the first collaboration with Dayspring that I've ever done. I mean, I've definitely done movies about grief. I will also say this is the first one I've done where the romance is not the A storyline. It's the B storyline, or even the C storyline. It's really a movie about healing and people sharing their grief with each other so that they don't have to carry it alone.
Down the road, I love producing. I love being part of the whole process. I love, you know, production. Producing, directing. It's something I'm thinking about down the road. Just being a part of the whole creative process. I mean, as an actor, you're a part of the process, but you have your role. And I love that, and that'll always be my bread and butter and something I enjoy doing. But you tell that story, but I also want to tell the whole story sometimes. And so we really worked on the script. We worked with the writers, we worked with the network, with the director and everybody, and we kind of felt like we were a part of the writing, we were a part of the producing, we were a part of the acting. And so the whole movie kind of has not only us as actors, but also writing, producing, even working with Fred, our director, Fred Gerber, who was amazing. And it was just it was a wonderful communal, familial experience. Even the other actors that were on the show, I mean, I've never been a part of a project where I left it and I felt like we were family. And I mean that, I'm not telling cliche. It was deep, it was personal, it was vulnerable, it was funny, it was loving, and it hit all these notes that you walk away and you go, that was special. And that, you know, we shoot these in 15 days, so it happens quick. And you only get a couple takes, and when you do it on that fast pace and you have that kind of a rewarding experience, it's special, and Hallmark does it really well. And this was another color to their, you know, creative gamut. And I've been a part of the rom-coms and the comedy, which I usually do, and the romance, and this was all about heart and faith and spiritually and family and love and healing, and it's great. And to see a male lead be vulnerable was something I hadn't had an opportunity to do, and it was, you know, there were moments where it was a little scary, but it was really rewarding. So yeah, I'm very proud to be a part of it.
It's amazing to be that up close and personal with people who you see on television all the time. Hallmark Channel became one of the staples in my home with my sister. We watch every new movie that comes out, and so over the pandemic especially, it was just comforting for us to watch their movies. And so being here and seeing those actors that we see all the time who already feel like family, it's just amazing. It really is. And everyone so far has been so inviting, so warm, so welcoming.